Breaking news, Twitter stock has just doubled its losses. Facebook has more than doubled what it was down. And we do have Google just turning negative. You can see Alphabet sort of flat at the moment. Facebook's down 1.8%. It had been down 0.3% when we started. Twitter was down 2%. Now it's down 4.2%. We have Amazon down a fraction. At any moment, President Trump will shoot quite an arrow through an executive order that will crack down on social media names as both the Department of Justice and the state attorneys general near completion of their investigations. But will regulators take aim or hold their fire? Charlie Gasparino joins us now with more. Let's make something clear here, Charlie. When you say will regulators take aim or hold their fire, what this executive order, as we understand it, will do is give regulators like the FCC and the FTC and the DOJ a chance to attack or investigate these social media names. Right. You're saying, will they back away from doing that?
I want to back up 1 second. When did Google turn negative? Can you show a chart on that?
Literally 2.5 minutes ago, but we can show an intraday.
And here's why. Because literally 2.5 minutes ago, this is what I reported, and it is moving the stock right now, that the DOJ is prepping a case against Google. That's kind of been out there. But what's really interesting is Fox Business has learned exclusively, and this will tell you how close they are to bringing a case, that they've hired an outside counsel as a sign it's preparing a case against Google. So, when you go out and you hire outside counsel, I do know the name of the firm. I want to give them a chance to comment before I mention the name of the firm. It's a top litigation firm. When you take that positive step, and I think that's why the stock is moving, and if I can get confirmation on it before the hour, I'll bring it back to your show. But I do know that they've hired an outside counsel. Again, I want them a chance to respond. That's a step that they are really preparing a case against Google, and the case will be, some antitrust case. We don't know exactly what it will be. Will it be over search engine? Whether they use the search engine to essentially manipulate searches to outfits that pay for advertising, whether it's something else. But they are moving forward with something, meaning the Justice Department under Attorney General Barr. Now, here's the interesting thing, Liz. And again, I'm pretty sure my tweet moved the stock on this outside counsel, because that is a fairly big step. As you know, David Boies was outside counsel to the Justice Department in bringing a case against Microsoft. That made him a huge name in legal circles. They won the case. The Justice Department forced Microsoft to make changes. When you go that step to hire an outside litigator, a tough outside litigator. I heard the guys they hired are very tough. You are preparing for a case. But the interesting thing is, and I think Bill Barr is going to have to sort of explain this. And he's a traditional conservative lawyer. Been around for years and judge. And, he looks at the law. If you're a traditional conservative lawyer, antitrust law is about cost. And Google and all these places, even though if they do bad things and manipulate searches to help their advertisers, they're free services. He's going to have to, and usually antitrust law is about the consumer paying more via a monopoly. He's really going to have to show. He's going to have to come up with some
markets, theory. Charlie.
What's that?
I mean, the markets are at session lows. We've just seen from peak to trough the Dow swing 400 points on news that the president's going to take aim at these companies.
And how much of this is Google right now? I mean, if he does bring a case against Google, again, this is the case that's out there. And, but Barr is going to have to explain conservative legal theory. And he's a conservative in the tradition of Judge Bork, is always held that antitrust, if you violate antitrust laws as a monopoly, you got to show harm to consumers. Exactly how is Google as a free service harming consumer?
Right. That's always been the question.
It's going to be a difficult thing. But again, the outside counsel is a big thing. It means they're bringing the case. I've reported that now. It's out there. It's moving the stock. When I speak to the outside counsel, get their comment. I'll say who it is. Okay, it's a name brand, by the way.
Charlie. Thank you. Thank you very much. And folks, if you are just joining us, you can see that the markets were going for a day 3 of big moves here. No longer on news that the president is about to sign an executive order that would clamp down, regulate, and take aim at so-called bias, political bias at these social media companies. Twitter, of course, sparked this whole thing when it did not delete any of the president's tweets, but it did flag them for future fact-checking, if the reader were so inclined. At the moment, we do see the market shivering at this point, down 154 points for the Dow Jones Industrials. S&P and NASDAQ have also turned negative. We are coming right back. Don't go away.